So you're thinking of making that move to Allen, Texas? Well, today we are going to dive in about all things Allen, where to live, where to work, where to play, and all things in between. So if you're thinking of moving here to the Dallas area and you have Allen on your mind, stay tuned while we discuss all things living in Allen, Texas. What's up, everybody? I'm Kristen Carpentier with the Living in Dallas team located here in North Texas. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about what it's like to eat, sleep, live, work, and play here in the Dallas area, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. We are getting calls, texts, and emails every single day from people wanting to make that move here to the Dallas area or even Allen. If you have any questions about moving, whether it's next week, next month, or even next year, don't forget to shoot us a text, email us, call us, do whatever you need to do to get a hold of us so that we can help you make that smooth move here to the Dallas, Texas area. Okay, so today we are going to dive into all things Allen, Texas. There is a lot that Allen has to offer. There are even some, kind of hidden things about why so many people love Allen, what's going in, what's coming, and why sometimes you might not even really need to leave the city of Allen. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to jump here into the map today and discuss living in Allen, Texas, where it's located. Sometimes people might get a little put off that it's a little bit further north, so they might need to be a little bit further to downtown. They don't want to feel like they're so far out in the boonies. That really necessarily isn't the case. As you can see, Dallas is down here. Allen is probably, we can sit here and show you kind of how far it is once we get into the map. About how far it really is to downtown Dallas. So it looks far, but with the size of Dallas, it really actually isn't that bad. So about 26 miles, and this is right here in the heart of Allen, right there off of the 75 freeway, which is great because its location to freeways and everything just makes it very accommodating. Obviously, right now there's a little bit of traffic here in getting down to Dallas. 26 miles, about 30 minutes. Even with a little bit of traffic, not that bad because that 75 freeway is actually pretty big. Also, in its location to get to DFW Airport, there's actually multiple routes you can take to get to DFW. You can go up here to the Sam Rayburn Tollway, another 30 miles, 32 minutes. You can actually say there's a lot of traffic going that direction. You can take the 75 freeway. You can go this direction off of the George Bush Turnpike, or you can even take it all the way down here and take it over with the 635 freeway. About another 30 miles, 30 minutes, give or take, depending on how traffic is. Another great thing about Dallas is the fact that we have two major airports. The hub of Southwest Airlines is actually down here at Love Field, almost to downtown. Here we go again, another 26 miles to get from Allen to Love Field. Great distances, 30 minutes getting to and from the airport if you're having to commute for work, heading out of town on vacation. Really not too bad. Dallas down here. But Allen also is just here north of Plano. Plano's obviously quite big. It borders right here, the 121 freeway. It borders Frisco on the north side. We have McKinney, Fairview up here. Allen is that it has been around for a really long time. There are some older homes that were built back early 1970s. Price point on those still currently is about $259,000. Currently on the market, there are homes in the millions. There's one being listed currently this week for $3.7 million. Price ranges vary a lot, and so there's a lot of opportunity. If you want to buy your starter home, you want to get your kids into a good school, move up in and around the Allen area, there's a lot of opportunities for buying a new build home or just upsizing into a newer home. Let's go over here and kind of discuss some of the shopping, why a lot of people want to live here, and how much there is to do here in Allen. So up here on the north end, just west of the 75 freeway right here, is the Allen Premium Outlets, which is, I have a lot of friends, maybe even over into Fort Worth, Frisco, down south a little bit, but if they want some really good outlet shopping, they actually love coming over here to the Allen Premium Outlets. There are 120 stores over here. It's outdoors, tons of parking. There's outlet stores like West Elm, as you can see right here, Nike, of course, a lot of those outlet stores that you can find in outlet malls all across the country, but they have Tory Burch, North Face, Vineyard Vines, lots of stores. So you really could spend your entire day there. It does get a little busy on the weekends. Definitely a great place for shopping, and a lot of people will travel all the way over to Allen to go to that outlet mall. Right here in this little pocket, this is actually part of the city of Fairview, even though just on the other side of the freeway and just north of Stacy Road, because south of Stacy is still Allen. For shopping wise, you still have all of your department stores. Another outdoor mall, but the Fairview Town Center. So you can see there's Dillard's, Macy's, JCPenney's, even a couple more hotels right here. So we have the Marriott and the Hilton up here too. But yeah, a lot more shopping, but this is more of your department store area. So then when we go down here on the south side of Stacy Road, I mean, you got In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A and Whataburger here in Texas, and a lot of restaurants in here. But we have the Village at Allen. So this is kind of like your everyday shopping. You have Target, Dick's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods. Some of us could probably come to some of these stores every single day and find something that we absolutely need, obviously. But this is also where the Allen Community Ice Rink is. Allen actually has a professional hockey team called the All-American Hockey League, and they practice there and have their games there. There's also the Dallas Sidekicks Soccer Professional Indoor Football League. So they do change from ice to turf. Everybody kind of practices there. So if you want to go, maybe you don't want to go downtown to a Dallas Stars game. Maybe you don't want to go over to an FC Dallas soccer game, and maybe you want to do it indoors. Well, they got professional sports right here in the Allen Community Ice Rink. So fantastic. Not to mention, there's a Topgolf here. I am horrible at golfing. My husband loves golfing. And this is definitely a great in-between for the two of us, where I can try to pretend I play golf and my husband can hit it as hard as he absolutely wants. Everybody loves Topgolf. We even love taking our kids, and all kinds of business meetings can be happening at Topgolf. Then we go down here a little bit further. Down here on the south end of Allen is Waters Creek. And Waters Creek is definitely going to be a little bit more of your high-end shopping. You have, if you zoom in here a little bit more, high-end shopping, restaurants, but this Waters Creek at Montgomery Farm, right here on the west side of the 75. So you have your Cheesecake Factory, your Panera, P.F. Chang's. This is where a lot of events happen, the summer concert series, movies in the park. There's a lot of great shopping in here. I mean, there's a Sephora, Anthropologie, your DSW, and see all these restaurants down here. You can come here and do your shopping during the day. You can stop and get dinner. But even along in here, you can sit outside, listen to the music. You really can spend the entire day here at Waters Creek because there's so much to do. You're eating, you're shopping, and your nightlife. Not that there's tons of nightlife that really happens here in Allen, but just a lot of great community things. So that Allen also does do an art festival, and the art festival takes place here at Waters Creek also. So when you're kind of thinking about where to live in and around the city of Allen, just here on the west side of Waters Creek is the Waters Creek neighborhood. So $1 million homes over in here in Waters Crossing and down and around here. A lot of $1 million homes. You can get $600,000 to $800,000 homes, but Waters Crossing is definitely a beautiful neighborhood. Another very popular subdivision and area to live is this Twin Creeks. Twin Creeks actually is probably the oldest neighborhood in all of Allen. Some smaller, older homes, built back in the 1970s, but also they're still building homes. So new builds are still going in here along. If you want the golf course views, they do have lots up and along the golf course, but they also have a gated community here in Twin Creeks, multi-million-dollar homes. So these gorgeous, huge homes overlooking the golf course, water fountains. But you also have the trail. Tons of trails, tons of trees. Like we always talk about in our videos, Joy of Texas. Texas might not have the mountains. They might not have some of these beaches or whatever. But we do have a lot of lakes. And because it does get hot, we can enjoy the outdoors with the water. Some of these older neighborhoods have these big, beautiful trees. The way a lot of these areas and cities build their communities, you have these parks, trails, everything is just in under the shade of these trees. So yes, even when it gets super hot, it's not like you're taking your kids out there to the park to play on the slides and play on the swings and everybody burning their buns. Because of the shade, maybe a little bit of breeze that we have, it really does make it a lot more tolerable here. You can definitely tell that here in Allen with the amount of green space. There are a lot of parks, a lot of areas that you can go, playgrounds for the kids, walking trails to take your dog. A lot of people really love that. Another really great thing about these parks here, this Celebration Park, which is actually just over here on the far east side of Allen, is beautiful. It has these huge fields for soccer, a splash pad. It is all bright and colorful. All these beautiful colors, these big white sails, like canopies overlooking, like covering over the picnic tables and the grill areas. They even have tennis courts over here. But it's one of the largest handicap parks in the entire state of Texas. Just absolutely love that somebody came in, built this big, beautiful, fun park for kids that anything with bright colors, kids absolutely love. But they made it accessible for handicapped children. Phenomenal to me that somebody really had that foresight to realize that those kids need somewhere to play too. And it's just a fun, beautiful area that obviously your kids are going to have a fantastic time. Speaking of living in Allen, there really is only one high school in the city of Allen, and that is Allen High School, home of the Eagles. Obviously, some little areas on the outskirts of town, you can be in the Plano School District or the Wiley School District. But for the most part, within the city of Allen, everybody goes to Allen High School. It is a massive high school with over 5,300 students. They have a huge marching band with over 700 students in that. Back in the day when we had first moved here, almost 10 years ago now, the high school stadium received national attention for the fact that it cost $60 million. It looked almost like a college stadium. It's this big, gorgeous stadium, and it's where the high school kids play. We had friends calling us like, do you know where this stadium is? Like, we can't believe how huge it is. And we're like, yep. And at the time, our local high school was playing against Allen. We went to the football game. It's like being on a college campus. The high school looks like a college campus. It's all brick, these big, beautiful iron eagles out front. Yeah, it is a pretty big deal here within the city of Allen. But right here around where Allen High School is, not only do they have this amazing football stadium and band program, sports programs, they came up with this new STEAM program for students that is phenomenal and getting recognition all over the state. It's kind of where everything is. They have this natatorium over here with indoor pools, lazy rivers, gym, that kind of like for the entire community of Allen. You can get a membership for a month, a day, for a family, just for your kids, and they can go in and use the natatorium. So it is a really fun indoor pool that you can obviously use all year long. But here's where the Allen Station baseball fields, softball fields, the high school tennis courts, but the Ingalls Landing Tennis Center, and this whole park area around here is called Allen Station. When you come down here, they actually have a wakeboard park. So this pond, lake, whatever you want to call it here in Allen Station is where you can, it's a wakeboard, like a cable park. So you don't need your boat. You don't need to head out to the lake. You can go out there and practice wakeboarding. They have jumps to do tricks. Not many of those around the main area of Dallas. And one of them was built right here in Allen. They also have one of the largest skate parks in all of Texas that was built right along in here too. They have been known to have a lot of celebrities, professional skateboarders out at the 38,000 square foot skate park. Over in here, you can see these green lines too. Say you want to take your kids out and go hang out at the skate park, the wakeboard park. You can go out and walk or take the trails in through the trees and just kind of enjoy the outdoors outside. Another great fun thing to do here in the city of Allen. Also, with location, it's really close to Levon Lake. Levon Lake is just here to the east. With our weather being so hot, Texas getting up there, and especially in July and August with how hot it is. So it's just nice to have that convenience of getting out to the lake. Obviously, if you zoom out a little bit more, you can see where Lake Ray Hubbard is, Louisville Lake, Grapevine Lake, way over here too on the west side. Not too hard to get around to all of these lakes. Allen also has a big convention center, the likes of Tony Robbins and some of the other big names. They'll actually hold their big conventions here in Allen at their convention center around near Waters Creek. 10 major hotels right here along the 75 freeway. So even if you're coming into town for business or for work, there's a lot of hotel options to get in and around. But speaking of work, the location is great, especially if you're not necessarily having to drive all the way down to Dallas for work. There's so many businesses that have come in to the Plano area, Frisco area, all around in here, a lot of businesses. And even down here in Richardson, where they've now said over 10,000 businesses have come in, commuting down Richardson, Plano, because you have easy access to the 75 freeway right there, it just makes it very convenient for location wise. So a lot of great reasons to be in Allen. But maybe you want to know a few more things to do around the Allen area. Also, there's a few other, maybe you're more into the art. Allen also offers that. The Allen Performing Arts Center also has their own Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra, and they also have a great theater. A whole lot to do within the city of Allen. Convenience, getting in and around, getting down to Dallas for a concert or eating out or meeting up with friends, heading over to Plano or the Frisco area. Allen is just a fantastic location. If you're not having to worry about commuting all the time, only check out Allen. But even if you are having to commute, the commute isn't as bad as one might think. On a really bad day, because mileage-wise, about 30 miles, depending on where you're at in Allen, it could take you 45, 50 minutes in some major rush hour traffic if there's an accident or something. But the 75 freeway right here is a pretty large freeway as long as everybody's behaving, going with the flow and not causing any problems on the freeway. Commute-wise, it's not that bad. But there are a lot of great communities in Allen, from starter homes to million-dollar homes to getting in at the ground floor on maybe just a townhouse and then moving your family up as pay increases, as you change jobs, you get a better job. If you really want to be within the city of Allen, start your kids in school, move up, there are a lot of options, and Allen is a great location. Clients that we have helped, clients that we know that have been moving in there, definitely want to move there for a reason and absolutely love living in Allen. If you're thinking of moving to anywhere around the Dallas area, if you have any questions about any of these communities, cities, where to live, what to do there, reach out. Let us help answer those questions. Let us help you figure out where might be best for you and how we can make that move as easy as possible. So the number down below, as always, don't forget to call, text, email us. Let us know what we can do to help you make that move as easy as possible.